So, hello everyone. It has been a while. Apologize first off for my absence. I've had a few IRL issues I had to take care of, as well as my lack of knowing what to post for the past month. I've been just thinking about what type of videos to make, and I can't come up with anything well. So that is also a factor. So this video, I'm going to be talking about the Robine and me leaving it, me being removed, issues with the Robine, just Robine related stuff. I didn't think I would be making a single TR vid ever again, but last night I was pinged by my editor, News, who he told me that Nathan's resigned, and he sent me his resignation letter that was typed up on Google Doc. And I thought that that kind of made me think about TR, and I was laying in bed about to go to sleep, just thinking about my time there, the experiences, issues, the goods, the bad, the ugly, all that. And yeah, I woke up and I looked, and Fu also resigned. So that kind of inspired me. Well, not inspired is kind of a cringe word. That kind of made me want to create a video on this. This will be about 99% chance will be the last TR vid I ever make, due to the fact I have no plans of rejoining the group anytime soon, if ever, due to reasons I'll be explaining. But I figured I would make one last vid, bury the hatchet. Fu and Rad both, seeing them resign gave me a signal that, hey, maybe things in TR have gotten even worse since I left, and boy, I was right. So, those who don't know, the Robine is dying. Some may argue it's dead. But yeah, we'll be discussing all that in today's video. To start off, I'm going to be talking about Rad Nathan and Iafs resignation letter. I'm going to be going through them, adding to them, kind of speaking on it. I'm also going to be talking about just the Robine, the issues with it, as well as some Robine stuff, and Eris's little fund cash handout group. So yeah, let's hop right into it. So I'm going to start off with talking about Iafs resignation letter. So I would like to read a part of it out because I feel like this is not known, or if it is, it's not clearly clearly shown, and I feel that is an important thing for people to know. So I feel that across the board there's a looming sense of disappointment, dread, and loss of hope within the officer corps and high comm. There are many individuals who hold tiny embers in a vast void of darkness, but are beginning to extinguish, such as my own. Right now, even back in October when I was a lieutenant, it was clear that Eris, Gavin, all the group, I don't know what you want to call them, founders, leaders, they just ceased caring about the group, and it was like a rain effect, if you are familiar with that phrase. It starts with the top, and once the top starts caring, it goes down to the SRs and the HRs. So back in October, that's when it started. It was made clear to us that Gavin didn't care about the group. He was only in it for the money, and Eris just made the group look like a clown show. So, and now Eris is trying to win back everyone by giving them Robux, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. And I can't even imagine how it is now, because I know it was depressing to be in HR back in October. You got little to no recognition. Even if you did way more than your quota, you were just stuck. It just felt like a giant group prison, and it became a just chore. Like, I remember about a week, my last week in high comm, I was hosting a training, and I could barely finish it without just losing my mind. And I have quite a temper, but this was just insane. I mean, there was 2 hackers There's just a bunch of kids like spamming, you know. It just becomes to a point where you feel so underappreciated and not important, where you just feel like you're doomed. You just feel like it's a chore, and then you just want to leave. And I've been in many other groups, both police, military, hell, you can name it. I've been in tons of groups since about 2012. But this one has probably been the worst when it comes to leadership. I really hope that Gavin and Eris, that you guys can at least see this or listen to someone. Your group is dying, and it's going to keep dying unless you guys take immediate action. I may not like the TR. I may not agree with it. However, it is a group that I had great memories in, and I would like to say a message to HiCom and SCOM there. You guys are all that's left of TR that's functional and important. Fuck Eris, fuck Gavin.
Fuck Eris, fuck Gavin.
Ignore them. You guys are the only functioning part, and you're the only part that's keeping TR alive. So as long as you guys don't give up, TR can't completely die. So just hang in there. So I'm now going to talk about my thoughts and some points within Rad Nathan's resignation that I thought were very valid and should be discussed. So the first part is, I'm just going to read it off for you. You can see it on screen there. It is no needle in a haystack to find the cause of this ever-growing issue, as most of you can make a rather accurate guess as to who I'm jabbing at. Need I say his name? Really, their names. What he's talking about here is the cause of TR becoming dead. He put it as a tumor on my neck. That's kind of gross. I wouldn't put it that way, but and I couldn't agree with him more. The lack of fucks that both Gavin and Eris give are abysmal. I mean, at least Gavin's just inactive. I mean, Eris just makes the group look like a fucking joke, and he has been doing it since he joined the group. The only valid solution to make the group better in an instant step that you could take is getting Eris the fuck out. He has like the Eris cult, his supporters. They need to pull their heads out of their asses and realize what a fucking joke the person that they're worshiping is. He has, I'll talk about later, but he's gotten HR and SR's accounts banned. He's exploited. He's a scammer. He's basically a piece of shit human. But, I mean, if you want to worship a piece of shit human, be my fucking guest. The second thing I want to talk about is, it's a longer read, but I feel like this is a very good point to, about Gavin. So I'm just going to read it. See it there on the screen once again. If you think Gavin directs a sliver of his attention towards TR, then you're dead wrong. It goes without saying that Gavin has resorted to other money-making alternatives instead of TR. The only times he's been present was when TR made up a considerable amount of his income. Gavin may have shown genuine care for this group in the past, but it's painstakingly evident that's no more. The wonders of what corruption and greed can do to a person. If you ever have had a chance to look at the group's audits, Gavin's so-called activity is made up of one-time Robux payouts to either himself or those close to him. Mr. Money Claus has gone so far as to steal hard-earned funds from his division with no explanation as to why. Perhaps my resentment towards Gavin wouldn't be as large if he wasn't a cheap, narrow-minded fuck and actually dedicated a second or two of his time to better the group he's undoubtedly known for. But we all know that's not the case. I agree and can relate to every single thing that I just read. Gavin doesn't give a fuck about TR, as I've said. He just uses it for money, and that's so clear. You can see the group audit logs on screen, just a few examples of him making those activity payouts. He frankly doesn't give a fuck about the game, the people in his group, or the group as a whole, or the community. Which is a shame because, I mean, the Robine has, 300-something thousand members. It could be a really fun group. You can make actual good money. You can make even more money than you are currently off of it, Gavin, if you just put some effort into it, made the game better, added some updates, but instead you are just taking the less money that it has. You're taking it from divisions. I saw this firsthand when I was in Nova. I had to wait almost a week and a half to get funding for some of my units' uniforms. And even then, I had to get on my hands and knees and beg for it. I had to get on my hands and knees and beg for like 30 Robux worth for uniform money. Wasn't going to myself, wasn't going to Nova. And then I noticed that the Nova group funds magically went down. So, and it was way more than 30 Robux. So I agree. Gavin, at the start of my TR career, back when I was just a level 5 and in grid security, one of the first videos I ever made around that time, Gavin was slowly changing, and it wasn't very evident until you looked at it. The game was getting less and less updates, less and less care, and it just felt like more of a money-grabbing scheme. I mean, the dude literally made a game just to grab money. I mean, you all know it. It's the Robine Militia, the Robine Militia. So Gavin, a while ago, made a group called the Robine Militia, and he said that it was a group to help fund TR. Now, the only funding that the Robine Militia has done is to Gavin, and none of that money has been put into TR, as I've seen. I mean, if there was being put into TR, your devs would be getting paid, so they'd be more motivated and actually wanting to put time and effort into making downtown a better place, a better game. And overall, Gavin just doesn't care about the Robine. After putting about a year and a half time into that group, it kind of saddens me to see something that I cared about and grew to like a lot just go to shit because of one man's greed. So, as the Robine is not making a lot of money right now, Gavin doesn't give a fuck about it, and I doubt he will start to. Okay. There's the end of that, and now I need to read this.
By the way, it's militia.
It's militia. You say it different. In America, it's militia.
Okay, well, I'm English, so...
Yeah, I figured. Okay. So... Oh, fuck, hang on. So, speaking of developers not being paid, I'd like to read another segment here. The work people have put into TR has gone unpaid under Gavin, developers in particular, and they deserve a better leader. Gavin, in the rare off chance you care enough to read this, I suggest you either dedicate a second of your time towards bettering TR, or at the very least put it in the hands of someone competent, you cheap little fuckhead. Pretty much. I don't have much to add to that, but I think it should be said. Gavin talked about paying devs. SCOM talked about paying devs, but SCOM are just not really the ones who decide that. And they don't get paid, haven't been paid, and never will get paid, unless Gavin pulls his head out of his ass. That's of course. There was also at one point talk about HRs and SGARs, maybe even getting paid for their efforts, as I'm currently in a group called Mano County Sheriff's Office, has about 126k members, and I do get paid for hosting events, hosting trainings. In lots of groups, you do get paid for that. However, not in this one, because guess where the money would rather go to? Can you take a guess? Wild guess? The answer is Gavin's fucking wallet. So, all the money you're using to buy game passes is going directly towards Gavin, and it's not going to better the group at all. So I would now like to talk a little bit about Eris. I'll show some screenshots later in the video about this. However, I was DMing many former and current HRs and SRs, and one of the many issues that they talked about within TR was not money, not activity, not the group itself, but one person, Eris. From first-hand experience with Eris, he's incompetent, a clown, and does nothing but make TR a worse place. He is a swamp being that should go back to the hellhole he came from and never ever talk or look at TR ever fucking again. As I said, group has no chance of ever coming back as long as Eris is in it. It's as simple as that. Countless outbursts, unreasonable reverting actions performed by HRs/SRs, endorsing use of exploits, getting innocent people banned by Roblox by one of his schemes, a fuckload of admin abuse, the list goes on. So, talk about this. I have seen it firsthand as an HR obviously had access to rank logs, and he would just, if someone DM'd him and he liked them, knew them personally, he would revert the demotion. He would revert the suspension. He would do whatever it was. He did whatever he wanted, and he didn't give a fuck about everyone else or TR. He did get, at one point, I think it was like 5 or 6 HR's accounts banned with a Robux scheme, and he didn't even say sorry. At least you could apologize for getting someone's account in which they've, dumped Robux in to buy clothes, game passes. Their account is no longer existent due to one of your fucking little schemes. Instead, he was a little rat and said, oh, it's not that big a deal. Didn't even fucking apologize. So, it's pretty pathetic, honestly. I speak for the entirety of HighCom/SCOM trying to do their jobs only for Eris to fuck it up. Eris somehow managed to make TR, an already neglected group, even more neglected solely by his presence. I don't know what bounces around in that hollow head of his, but I can assure you that he has no intent to better TR anytime soon, nor do I think God himself can make good use out of such an atrocious being. I don't have much to add here, as I think Rad has put it wonderfully. I couldn't say it any better myself, but he would just make your life as an HR 1,000 times harder, whether it be reverting demotion or trolling in one of your trainings. I was in downtown at one point, and I ran around trying to get his attention for 10 fucking straight minutes about an issue regarding someone being Discord banned and not having access to the Discord ban repeal form. And he just couldn't even be bothered to talk to me. There's not much more to say about that. So to summarize, I'm going to quote Rad one more time. As long as TR reigns are held by Gavin and/or Eris, I won't be making a return. At some point, I could see myself returning to TR, but I doubt Gavin or Eris will be going away anytime soon, and I will not be coming back anywhere near it as long as that is happening. Gavin only cares about his group for money, doesn't care about the people in it or the community, and Eris just trolls, makes everything a joke, and can't do anything useful. So just so you guys know, I'm not making this up. Just a handful of current and former HR and SR's thoughts on what the biggest issues with TR are, and as you can see, one name that pops up consistently is Eris, Gavin. TR is not completely dead yet. I would like to see the group come back, be saved and grow to what it was when, there was like 40 players in the game, there was like 3 different servers, there was mass patrols going on, it was fun. But nowadays you'd be lucky to see maybe 20 people in game on a good day at prime time. The game dies after 9. Downtown there's 0 people on. It's been going downhill since they implemented Bangeclaw and replaced downtown with that way back. And ever since then, it's just been a snowball of lack of care, greed, and just complete and total disregard for the group. So another thing to add is Eris has made a little Roblox Robine funding group here. You can see the announcement there and read it for yourself. So I'll read it along here. We have made the official Robine Fund group. Since Roblox requires you to be a member for 14 days before receiving Robux from a group, I recommend you joining now. So basically what I'm hearing is he's either A, encouraging people to play the game and be part of the group because you'll get Robux for it. B, giving Robux to his friends sitting on their high horse, Vic, the Viceroys, Noah, Rise Off, Gavin, you know, just another little money thing for them, not surprising. Or he's just going to start handing out cash to players because some joke for him. I mean, his name is literally Gavino Jr. on the frickin' Discord, and if that doesn't scream clown, I really don't know what does. So now switch gears a little bit. I'm going to talk about why I'm no longer in TR, any of the divisions, all that. I briefly talked about it a little bit. I've talked a little about it on my Discord server. I didn't plan on making a video about it because I frankly didn't want to waste my time, because frankly I couldn't give a fuck about TR currently. So I had my profile picture as something that was considered not safe for work, even though I did not believe it was, and multiple SRs, or in particular Rad Nathan's, you can see on the screen here, he says it's not technically not safe for work, but it is. I don't know what the fuck that means. So there was no clarity. I had an SR telling me one thing, a different one telling me another. They muted me in the TR Discord, and they said I'm not allowed to speak. They literally said your speaking privileges are removed until you change your profile picture and contact an SR when you have. So, yeah. This is the profile picture in question. I don't really think it's not safe for work. There is nothing shown. There's no fucking fat ass. There's no, you know, titties popping out. But, I mean, if they gave me a legitimate reason to change it besides saying it's not safe for work, which it is not, and as I said, the SRs were telling me different things, I would have changed it. But they were not. And one of the reasons I also didn't change it is an overseer by the name of Spook Spell had a profile picture that, as you can see it above, that was actually a GIF. And every time the girl shot the gun in the profile picture, her ass would jiggle, right? So I would think that that is a little more not safe for work, as it literally shows a sexualized body part jiggling than a teenager holding a girl's breast while she has a bra on. It doesn't show anything besides 4 arms, a hip, some hands, hair. I do not think there's anything sexual about that, but that's just my personal opinion. And frankly, I'll admit I did not handle it very gracefully. I was disrespectful towards Fu, who was the main person I was dealing with, and I apologized to him for that, as I do respect you as a person, Fu. You're a great leader, but as you know, I do have a pretty big temper, and when I feel like I am in the right and someone is telling me to do something with no valid reasoning, I will not take it well. It's as simple as that. So I was getting a few contradictory DMs, as I told you. Smokehouse, or Rad Nathan's, was telling me that I am not, it was not safe for work, but yeah. And after I refused to change my profile picture because I did not believe it was not safe for work, Fu removed me from High Command, demoted me to level 5, and that was fine. I thought it was done, and then he went and removed me from Helix for an issue that was not even about Helix. So that was that. And at that point, it was still in Nova, PK, and Sentinels. I left Sentinels a while later because frankly, I don't want to waste my time on a little fucking Minecraft Roblox figure game stabbing people. And then I resigned from Nova as well, as I was a Nova HR. I was stayed in PK because that was the first division that I fell in love with in TR, and I still wanted to be a part of TR in some way, shape, or form, you know, still see the game. So I did that. I rejoined PK Paladins. You know, I thought all was well. I'm like, oh, I can make a YouTube video on this. You know, it'll be good. But all was not well. I then was talking in the Robine Discord, and I got into an argument with a few Ross members, calling them like cringe kids and shitters and all that, because you guys know Ross kids, right? They're like, they think they're hot shit. So I was putting them in their fucking place because their parents don't love them enough to tell them that they're not special. And Fu got in the mix, and we were all fighting. All of us were insulting each other, but I'm the only one who got banned from the Robine Discord, which I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. And I went to go patrol as PK, and I realized that I was banned from the game as well. And not only that, but Fu kicked me out of the PK group. He removed me from the PK Discord. He removed me from the Paladins Discord. He removed me from everything PK related, PSPA, everything. Or not PSPA, the Peacekeepers Academy. Which I think was a little extreme, and I believe that Fu did have something against me. But it's in the past, I'm not mad about it now. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I wish Fu the best in the future. However, I don't think the way he acted was very appropriate. It was a little bit of overkill. So that's what I've been doing for the past while. That's why I'm no longer in TR. And I forgot to mention that he also demoted me to RCT after getting in that argument. So I left the group completely. And as I said, I have no plans of returning anytime soon unless I see major changes made. Gavin gone, or actually taking part. And I would rather kill myself than join a group with Eris in it. But yeah, I would like to apologize for the camera quality in this video. I'm recording with my phone. My computer, I have not had access to it. I was grounded for a while, and now it's just not turning on, and I need to fix it. And I've had some IRL issues that I needed to take care of. So I just thought I'd make this because I feel like it's important. As I said, this is it's my last TR video, I believe. As sad as I am to say, you know, I have just so many good memories. Division Cup, it was tough to make this video. I wasn't going to, but you know, you gotta bear the hatchet. So thank you to all my supporters, and thank you for all the stuff everyone has done with me and for me in the Robine. I appreciate and love every single one of you, and I wish you luck if you're still in the Robine, because you will lose.
Oh my god, Bonnie.
First made a giggle, no tickle. Then made a tickle, my pickle. Metal on me like a nickel. Ice on me, just like a sickle. Might buy a bike, and if I bought a bike, then I'm putting ice on